My buddy, Ari David, called me up to let me know that super lefty Democrat Muratsuchi was gonna be having a little bit of meet the public. So I grabbed my camera to give you a peek at our South Bay Assemblyman. Man, California would be awesome if it wasn't for people who think like this.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
For a liberal, why is it okay for the government to steal from the American people on the so-called grounds of good intentions? If I broke into your house and said, hey, I just wanted to get some food from my neighbor's kid, you would still say I'm breaking the law.
And I believe that we should make them be productive citizens instead of denying opportunities that may lead them to pursue less productive pursuits. And so I generally support giving children the opportunity to pursue their dreams and opportunities like any other child.
Why is it so important to these liberals that people get an education here? It's so important to them that even if a person is here illegally, so what? They have to be educated here. Yet liberals like Obama, the oracle of liberalism, acts like it's taboo to say America is an exceptional nation. If America is nothing special, why is it so important that people from beyond our borders receive an American education? And if liberals are so concerned about families staying together, why is it such a crime for them to be together in the country that they just left? What does this mean, old, greedy, bigoted, corrupt country have to offer anybody anyway? I think it's kind of awkward to hear liberals make the case for America and why this country they curse is a place where they demand people are allowed to come to illegally. And the more liberalism spreads in America, the less of the land of opportunity it's becoming that used to attract people to pursue their dreams.
I support the vigorous enforcement of our federal immigration laws. I support the enforcement of border control. But for those who are in California, and we know as long as we don't have federal leadership, federal policy that's addressing this immigration issue.
Thanks, Al. I'm glad that you, even as a liberal, are admitting that the federal government is not holding up their end on securing our borders.
I'm going to be pragmatic. I'm going to say I'd rather have a kid be able to go to school, get an education, get a job, rather than becoming a gangbanger.
So, that's the turnout for Hispanics, eh? Gangbangers? Nice pigeonholing. If a conservative would have pigeonholed Hispanics like that, the left would have had Hank Aaron out there in that person's front yard with a sombrero on, calling him the Grand Wizard of the KKK. By the way, Hank, it's really sad that despite all the adversity you faced from the Democrats who founded the KKK and the institutionalization of bigotry you faced from the Democrat Party, you dismissed that and with ease called the Republicans the KKK. Over what? Aaron, I've said it before. I'll say it again. There is nothing that the Republican Party has ever done that even comes close to the evils of the Democrat Party. Nothing.
Let's say a poor family decides that they can't pay for their mortgage, can't pay for their rent, and they decide to go to your house and homestead or move into your house, and because the kids are, they brought the kids are poor, they need a good house to live in. Would you call the authorities and have them removed from your house, or would you let these people stay in your house?
You're talking about people that are coming onto my property, and I would kick them out.
California. So you're saying you're allowing them to come to the California state property?
I didn't say that. Remember, I started off
the University of California and using all the services there. Okay, then would you allow them to go into your refrigerator and take all the food out of your refrigerator?
I think that's an unfair comparison.
No, what you think is unfair is how he nailed you to the wall with a very fitting analogy and called you out as being an elitist, do as I say, not as I do, hypocritical liberal.
Totally analogous.
Well, I don't
individually versus as a legislator, you're dictating what you want me to do You want me to provide my tax money to pay for their education at the universities, even allowing them to have documents from the DMV and all the expenses I have to incur. You're saying it's fine for me to incur those expenses. So is it fine for you to incur those expenses if they come into your house and go to your refrigerator, take your food, sleep in your bed? You know, because these kids are here. The parents just brought them. If the parents bring them into your house, you just said that you would have the authorities get these kids out of your house.
I would, yeah. But
that sounds contradictory to me.
it's not because...
How is it not?
Liberals tend to be bipolar, I think. Watch the mood of this liberal.
I thought this was a coffee with Muratsuchi. Is it a debate?
I think
Please, you do not have a right to photograph me, sir. You have no right
Just like you have no right to
whatsoever.
touch me?
Okay.
You hypocrite.
Don't put
If I may
you're
just
right.
conclude
Don't put
with
that
this.
in my
I am
face.
right.
Don't put that
About
in my
the
face,
law.
or I will ask this gentleman to stop you.
You're
Ooh, there is gonna be coffee. Get that camera out of my face. How tolerant and peaceful. As she first shoves my arm, then grabs it. No biggie, but she got physical right off the bat before exercising that peaceful and civil discourse that liberals are always talking about. I hadn't seen her before. She started talking, and I faced her. We're in a public building, having a public discussion. If you want to make your opinions public, then yes, I have the right to record you. You'd think that this liberal would know that, being that she claimed to be an attorney, who went to go get the police, who told her that I wasn't doing anything wrong. And how convenient for her to stick the police on the black guy. It's racist to disagree with blacks, until a liberal disagrees with blacks. But liberals don't learn the law for the sake of the public good. They more often learn the law so as to manipulate the law to suit their worldview and impose bad law and of course try to intimidate people by saying, I'm an attorney. Oh, and just to illustrate my point that these liberals are often lying hypocrites, after she tells me I have no right to photograph her, she proceeds to prove a few things. One, that she has no class.
Here, do you like that?
You aren't allowed to touch it.
Well, let me.
I'm not touching it.
If you can do that, get my good side though.
I'm not touching
But
it.
you can film it.
You sickie.
Two, she lied about having the right to videotape people because she's sticking the camera in people's face and photographing them. Or three, maybe it really is unlawful to photograph people in a public place, but she's an elitist liberal who's above the law. And just like Muratsuchi and pretty much liberals in general, it's okay for them to do it, but it's unlawful for you to do it. But too many of these liberals don't learn. They really just insist that they're able to use the state to tell everybody else what to do. I'm Alfonso Rachel with ZoNation, still asking people who vote Democrat, if you're so afraid of an American apocalyptic nightmare of tyranny, why do you continue to vote for him? Get that camera out of my face!